It's 6:15 p.m. in Laurentine, the Ambele clan in the northwest region of Cameroon. Same time in the littoral region of the country is the primetime newscast on Canal the International, that is in the English language. I'm Gladys Ambodiba. Thanks for joining us right ahead. Senator Mundi Regina finally regains freedom after 1 month in captivity. Her release sent tears of joy rolling down the cheeks of family members and friends. She was rescued by elements of the Rapid Intervention Battalion in Ashong in Batibo in the northwest region of the country. In this edition of the news, you will have details of her release, a report retracing her adoption, and an analysis on whether the modus operandi of the abductors is ideal as a solution to the crisis. Frustrated of living in hospital after recovering from their condition, some 40 patients with mental health disorder who have recovered have expressed the wish for their families to take them home. Those were our headlines. Stay tuned for the details. As we said in the headlines, Senator Regina Mundi has been freed after about 30 days in captivity. She was rescued by elements of the Rapid Intervention Battalion in Ashong in the northwest region of the country. Within the 1 month the senator spent with his captors, there were continuous threats she would be killed if the Anglophone prisoners are not released or ransom paid. Mundi in the following report retraces the abduction and release of the senator.
April 30, 2022 is a day that would forever remain engraved in the heads of this member of the Senate, Regina Mundi, as she was picked up on that unfaithful day around Foncha Street in Bamenda, Northwest region. Reports say she was heading for a funeral where she fell into separatist dragnet. Her kidnap sparked widespread condemnation across the board for her release, and as days passed, 2 branches of the Ambazonian Defense Forces claims responsibility for the kidnapping. Both placed preconditions. The first demanded the release of some detained Anglophone prisoners. The other, a ransom that amounts to millions of francs CFA. A footage of the senator in captivity emerged days later.
I, Madame Regina Mundi, an Ambazonia by birth and nationality,
with other kidnappers all pleading for the release of separatist leaders before May 20, or she be killed, and separatist threats kept mounting, thus putting her life in danger. At this point, many questioned and prayed for God to save her life in separatist captivity. And after a long battle, Regina Mundi finally regains her freedom. Last night, thanks to an operation carried out by Defense and Security Forces in the locality of Ashong, Batibo, Momo Division, Northwest Region, a freedom that comes after she had spent close to a month in separatist captivity. It should be noted, several other officials and authorities, teachers, and many others had been kidnapped in similar circumstances since the crisis started in 2016 in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon. And what is the fate of others still in separatist captivity, like the Fawn of Bambalang, who also doubles as the president of the Northwest House of Chiefs, divisional delegates of Dian Division, and a host of others.
Senator Regina Mundi, Kejang Harriet Sember, in the following report, questions whether the modus operandi of the separatists to press for a solution to the crisis is ideal. His report.
CPDM Senator for the Northwest of Cameroon, Regina Mundi, has regained her freedom 1 month after she was adopted by Ambazonian separatists. In a release from the Communications Department of the Defense Ministry, the 81-year-old lawmaker and grandmother was freed after Defense and Security Forces launched an onslaught in the suburbs of the Ashong in Batabo, where the lawmaker was in captivity. The member of the Politburo for the CPDM party was freed alongside other hostages. Senator Mundi was kidnapped on the 30th of May 2022 at Foncha Street in Bamenda alongside her driver in what the separatists say was a special operation. The kidnappers, who are linked to one of the separatist factions, had requested the release of Mfong Galamfo, one of the separatist leaders, and hundreds of Anglophones detained in Kondengi in exchange for her release. The kidnapping of Regina Elizabeth Mundi has put to the table the complex issue of pressing for a solution to the Anglophone crisis. Analysts are saying the modus operandi of separatists, which is kidnapping for ransom and terror as a means to pressure for a solution, might further complicate the situation.
Meantime, reactions have continued to pour in after the release of Senator Regina Mundi. In the following report, or you take a listen of the excerpts of the Bishop of the Bamenda Archdiocese, Bishop Kea, who talks to us, and a family friend to the senator. You have them in the following excerpt.
We've been praying very, very hard as a Christian community for the release of Mama Regina Mundi. And the news came to us as a big sign of relief. We're very, very happy because God has answered our prayers. And we had been praying and praying that she should not be sick, she should be healthy, and she should be in good spirits. And seeing her in good spirits and looking healthy, that even added to our joy. It is a very significant thing for us because the coming back of Mama to meet her children in the house and to take care again of her grandchildren is a sign of hope.
We are very excited because I'm in the US with Mommy's children. And we are very, very thankful to God that Mommy came healthy and that subsequently we need peace. And with peace, we will be very, very elated to have an environment that is safe, an environment that we can finally say, we thank God.
We now talk health in this news. 40 patients with mental health disorder who have recovered from their condition have expressed the wish for their family members to take them home. They talked to our reporter Beatrice Gamo in the nation's capital as she paid a visit to these patients that was at the Jamo Hospital this Tuesday, May 31, 2022. The following report.
Yaoundé Jamo Hospital, direction to the village of love for patients with mental health issues. After 6 months of treatment and follow-up, Emmanuel is out of the crisis that took him to the streets when he came to Yaoundé from Dogbasi to Douala to learn welding.
I started smoking Indian, I started smoking cigarette, I started smoking Thai. As the madness take me, I did not know where to go. One day on the road, these people see me and they called me. I come. They inject me. They put me in their car. They come and give me here.
Emmanuel, like the others, 40 in all, are now very stable and homesick, yearning to integrate with loved ones like his mother.
But with the way they are taking care of me, it is not a problem. Now that I want my family to come and take me because I'm already well.
They are already in discomfort here. It's not good for them because they are already stable.
Helping this section of mental health patients still in difficult states. Lodged in some 5 rooms here, they have a TV set to spice their day. Le Rappeur, as is popularly known, displays his old talent.
Hey, yo, what? Si tu vois ma go, dis-lui que je go chez le what.
Teamwork, what is helping the results this far, but not without difficulties. This includes logistics.
We lack of space now, and it's very important for us to have another place where they can be fine. Some challenges about family. Many of them think that the problem is witchcraft, a spiritual attack, things like that, and don't want to come and take them back home.
Families are being called to come and identify selves to take their loved ones home. While there, they will still be receiving treatment. The greatest wish is for this initiative to help our homeless patients become a national program. Since the operation to clean the streets of the capital city of mental health patients, initiative of the Yaoundé City Council, about 300 patients are following treatment, 150 while with their families, the other half at the Yaoundé Jamo Hospital.
And still in health, this time around we talk about Clubfoot. Parents have been enjoined to report cases of Clubfoot immediately their children are born in order to enable proper treatment. We have Stephanie Ching, who was at the Nilon District Hospital today, and she tells us many cases of Clubfoot were addressed. Her report.
These children are beneficiaries of Clubfoot treatments administered at the Nilon District Hospital in Douala. Their parents have expressed joy seeing their children back on their feet. I am thankful to the Clubfoot clinic because I can see the evolution on my child's legs. She is now able to move freely and feed herself. Treatment has just been commenced on this child. Mr. Eno Oscar is a physiotherapist at the Nilon District Hospital who encourages parents to bring their children with cases of Clubfoot early to the hospital for treatment.
Clubfoot is a congenital pathology. It means a child is born with Clubfoot. It means the feet are turned towards inside. Encourage the parent, whether you are poor, whether you are rich. When you have a child with Clubfoot, you can go to any center to have the treatment, which is now for free and child.
The orthopedic surgeon elaborated on the process of Clubfoot treatment, emphasized that it can be treated, and so parents should not be negligent.
Start by putting plaster for 4 or to 7 weeks, according to the case. So after the plaster, we do what we call tenotomy. Tenotomy we cut just is a little operation who permit us to cut the tendon. When we cut the tendon to regain the dorsiflexion of the leg. After then, when we do it, we put a last plaster who will stay for 3 weeks.
Access to Clubfoot treatment, as the physician reiterated, is for everybody with cases of deformity.
We come back to the release of Senator Regina Mundi to tell you that scores of separatist fighters were killed in the course of her release, and that we have the whereabouts of her driver is still unknown. We have the details with Regina Leketandak.
What I have seen in this month is not what we can talk here. But this country, this region is at war.
A tearful Regina Mundi recounts her ordeal in separatist captivity. It was about 2 p.m. this Tuesday that the 80-year-old senator of the CPDM touched down at the Bamenda Baffoud Airport. Hugs from the Northwest Regional Governor Adolphe Lefrique and tears from her loved ones.
It's okay now. It's okay. Tears of joy.
Overwhelmed with joy, her relatives and loved ones could only give praise to God. Abducted on April 28, 2022 in Bamenda, Regina Mundi has been in separatist captivity for 1 month, 3 days. She was accused by her abductors for being an enabler to the regime, whom they accuse of indifference in solving the Anglophone crisis. Fast forward to May 30th, breaking May 31st, the military launched an operation in Ashong, Batibo, leading to the release of the senator. While welcoming the senator, Northwest Regional Governor lauded the efforts of the population who aided the military in the special operation.
We are so elated to see you healthy, coming back to Bamenda. And as soon as the head of state heard about the good news of the action of our military men to bring you back home, he instructed me, first of all, to wish you a warm welcome.
Free at last, Regina Mundi is overwhelmed.
Really overwhelmed with a concern for my release, starting from the presidency. In fact, I thank the head of state. I thank the governor. I thank all the generals and all the military people.
Lieutenant Colonel Olama Ayisi, a commander of the Rapid Intervention Battalion, gave a clue on the operation. We had information from our intelligence sources that the senator was being held in a bush in Batibo, and so we engaged in a global fight. We carved out 2 hideouts, and luckily, she was in one of the hideouts. The population in the locality also helped us. We recovered her vehicle, and by 9 p.m. we overpowered the terrorists and they abandoned her. Calls have also been multiplied for the population to continue collaborating with the forces of law and order. I would like to salute the collaboration of the population, which permitted us to accomplish this mission. We want to use this opportunity to reassure the people of the Northwest that the military is here for their security. Regina Mundi was freed alongside this lady in tears, and her vehicle was also recovered. However, the whereabouts of the driver of Regina Mundi, who was abducted alongside the senator, is yet unknown.
We now talk business. Many corporate organizations in Cameroon are known to run without an internal legal auditing approach. And experts say that with the absence of a legal auditing portfolio cannot attract business or investors in a competitive environment. Kejan Henry Atembe with the details.
The need for legal audit for the efficient management of enterprises in Cameroon is more and more demanding. This is the question to boost the performance of enterprises in a competitive world. Hence, internal legal audit is a necessity. This explains the reason for this training that is holding in the confines of the Cameroon Businessmen Association GICAM on May 31, 2022.
No legal audit is the process of carrying out activities likely to help companies detect the legal issues, internal or external legal issues in the business relationship.
Risk and judicial analysis as well as legal compliance is a real headache to companies where there is no line drawn to separate all these entities.
This is a very strange or new field to many of us. It's not giving legal advice, it's not advocacy in court, it's not being a notary, it's not being a barrister as such. We don't find people called legal auditors, but this is what we think is important. So I'm here today to have the training to be able to understand actually what legal audit is, because I know it's different from advocacy, it's different from being just a lawyer, it's different from litigation, is different from all the other fields that we find in the legal domain.
The initiative is that of the African Center for Law and Development, CADEV. The legal audit and the management of legal risk is a necessity and under scrutiny.
It is with that report that we wrap up this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal the International. Stay tuned for the Primetime News in the French language at 7:50 p.m. with Kati Mokori, Regina Leketandak, and Junior Sen will be yours at the 1 p.m. bilingual newscast tomorrow. I will be there tomorrow, God willing, same time. Bye-bye.